Hello all, greetings tankers and welcome. I'm eekeeboo, the video content manager for World of Tanks Europe, and today we are actually going to have the big announcement, which I'm sure you've seen lots and lots of leaks of over the weekend, which is going to be new balance update. I'm going to apologise already in advance. My voice has had another hiccup. I'm going to have lots of coughing, lots of clearing my throat, and I do apologise in advance. I have my nice, nice fancy water bottle there. The more I talk, the more my voice is going to start going, which is in perfect time to start talking about all these huge, gigantic changes and everything that's being updated on the Sandbox server. We will be sending it out right now. I am synchronizing equipment and consumables, so it looks like I am good to go this very second. Awesome, everything's on time. I'm going to say hello to all on Twitch and YouTube. I'm not going to go through every single name like I would normally. I do apologise, but if I do that, I'm going to wreck my voice now, and then I'm not going to be able to talk about what the changes are. So, hello, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're looking forward to this. I do apologise that I'm not going to say hello each and every single time, but I'm sure you can hear my voice is already having a moment. So yeah, please bear with. So I am actually in the game. I am in the game right now. I want to tell you that before I actually go into my game, I'm going to sort out my sound because it is loud. It is uber loud. Holy moly. Okay. See if that helps. I want to say that please, 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 with all the leaks, be aware that not all the leaks are sharing all of the information. So listen out. Feel free to ask you all your questions you can. There will be an article coming out shortly talking about all of the game news, the updates, and the announcements and the changes. There will be a video I also recorded on Friday where I go through all of these changes and I discuss them and go into detail. So, here is the very first change. One of the first things that we talked about, and I want to address right now. So somebody's already asking how to claim your commanders. You will actually start getting those from the tomorrow. Tuesday, yes. So you will start getting those commanders tomorrow. So I'm going to start with this. We're going to have simplified tech trees coming forward. When I say simplified, I don't mean everything's getting removed. This is one of the things that unfortunately has been misinterpreted and misshared so far. So most of the effect is going to be around this area of the game. Where we actually make the lines more linear. We simplify them, we make it easier for people to know where they're going, what they're going to go through, and when you're a new player, you don't have like 5 different tanks to grind through to go up the lines. Now you got 2 choices, and you just it's easier to get up there, and you don't spend as much time figuring out where you're going. So a lot of you are saying, "Oh my god, oh my god, get out the pitchforks, get out the torches, where are my tanks gone, where are my favourites, etc." These tanks are not removed. I said moved specifically because they are not removed. They go into a specific place. Here, collector's vehicle. When I click affirmative, we'll display the collector's vehicles section containing tier 1 to 5 vehicles that were removed from the tech tree. You'll be able to purchase these vehicles using credits only if you've already researched the tier 6 to 10 vehicles in that technical branch. Corresponding nations. If you already have vehicles removed from the tech tree, they will be still available on your account for entering the battle. Essentially, they're not removed, they're just gone into their own little area. Okay? Anybody who already has these will already have them in that new area, in that new location. Anybody who is a new player won't see them or won't have them, but once they hit tier 6, they will appear in this special section, and then they will get them in the stock configuration, and then they can still grind through them. They can still play them to unlock things, okay? So nobody loses anything. That's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is to actually make sure that nobody loses any progress, any free XP they've spent, any time training, anything else like that, okay? So with the T62A, as it mentioned here, goes into collector's vehicles. Now, the other vehicles that are here works a very similar way in the other ones. They will go into like a special category, similar to like the 183, the FE215B and things like that. Again, they're not getting removed, they're getting moved into a new category. The idea is that you actually just make everything just a lot more linear. You don't have a million lines to work through. Here's the Russian one. You will see where's the T62A, okay? Sorry. So the T62A is vacant. Can you remove things on screen so we can see better? Yes. So Juan, are you able to remove the chat and the follower goal for a second so we can see what's going on? So please bear with as we take all of this off and you can see what's going on. Ta-da! Here you go. So here's what the tech tree looks like right now. Yeah, my voice is straight up bleh. So here are the tech trees, as you can see here. Very linear, making very, very simple. Commanders will be coming tomorrow. All those questions, they are going to be answered soon. Here's the Russian tech tree. And then what is much, much simpler for those people who have been through the German line, this is so much tidier. This is so much more simpler, far more linear than the original version. Once again, these tanks are not removed, they are moved into collector's version, okay? So all of these vehicles that you see missing here, such as the Hetzer, I don't think it's, no Hetzer, not removed, it's not gone anywhere, it's gone into the collector's version, okay? And the idea again is to make it so much easier to go through this. When you get to the German TD line, you don't have to worry about going up, down, left, right, back again, and then up and down again to get down the line you want to go to. You just get to this one, and then you're good to go. List of removed tanks will be coming soon, but again, please remember, not removed, moved. Not removed, moved. Can you use collector to unlock the next tier? The collectors are their own isolated thing. So like with this is the tank you need to grind out to get this one or this one. So this is the way it goes. You get those collector vehicles once you hit the tier 6 area on those. Hello to all. Where is the category collector? So here's where the information is you can see on here. I haven't seen where they've put it right now. And then the premium vehicles, instead of being sprinkled in and out the tech tree as they are right now, and kind of like here, here, or here, they will have their own separate area at the bottom here. So they'll all be displayed here so people can see them. Yes, new slogan. Not removed, but moved. Then the American line, again, much, much simpler, far more linear. When is this happening? So right now, the plan for this is to kind of go through the testing, make sure everything kind of goes through, give everybody a chance to download the server, play it, give it a go, give your feedback, let us know how you feel, what you think, and then tweak it if necessary. Again, make sure you download this, make sure you play it, make sure you try it out before you give your feedback. Don't just give feedback on something based on what somebody else has said, okay? So here are the American lines. Now these are the biggest changes for all of the tech tree changes going on. So you will not be able to take the path you want in grinding. Yes, you can still take the path you want in grinding, because if I want to go down the mediums, instead of having the choices here and then a million choices here, as a new player, you go boom, boom, boom. As a new player now, the idea is that this grind becomes much, much, much easier and far less complex to go through. Okay, so I can see already you're killing variety. We're not killing variety because the variety is still there. It's in the collector's area. Okay? When you're a new player, you don't want to have to grind down 5 different lines to get a tier 5. You just want to get it a tier 4, or you want to get to the tier 5. You don't care about all the rest. So, yep, you want to get to the collector's area. You still want to get to the collector's area. So, yeah. No vehicles are lost. Nobody has lost anything. If you already have them, they go to the collector's section. If you're a new player, you don't get them cluttering anything until you hit tier 6, and then you unlock them in the collector's area as their stock, and you can still play them and grind them through. They're still there. They're not gone anywhere. They're still in the game. No, it's not faster and easier. It's just, yes, okay, it's faster and easier to get to tier 5 or tier 6, but you don't end up with all of these choices here. Like with this, it was an old system. Getting through the TD lines as a new player was a nightmare on that. Okay, so the British line. First thing I noticed was a very prominent missing, and this new thing here, which I'm going to buy right now because I was very curious what this was. The Cavalier. I was like, ooh, what's this? New vehicle I didn't see anything about. Um, No, so vehicles will still be available for people. People will still be able to get all of the vehicles they have right now or can right now. It's just that they will go into a different area. So instead of being in the tech tree, like the normal tech tree, you'll still be able to get them. They're just going to be in a different area of the game. That's it. They're not lost. They're not going anywhere. Chinese line stays the same as far as I can tell. Japanese line's the same. Polish line's the same, Swedish line's the same, and the Italian line's the same. So the biggest changes are going to be in the Russian, the German, and the USA lines. Small one to the British one around here, making it a little bit easy to go through. So this is the Sandbox server. Yes, this is well, it's not the Sandbox. It's not the Sandbox. It's called New Balance Testing. I'm going to take a drink so I can hear my voice breaking. Can you buy the removed tanks? Can you buy the moved tanks? You will actually get them when you hit level 6. So I'm going to show this up again right here. This page will display. So right now, again, Sandbox, so it's not showing it right now. Tier 1 to 5 vehicles that were removed from the tech tree, you will be able to purchase these vehicles using credits only if you've already researched the tier 6 to 10 vehicles in that tech tree branch. So once you click that button there, hopefully they should appear here and go, pa-pa, here we go. And then the vehicles get moved here. So Fapperino, I just told you, please show us the collector's tree. Well, it should be here. So I'm going to look in the game a little bit more to see where they are at. I can't see them there. So let's see. Let's go with German. And there we go. So as you can see right here, our Panzer 1C is still here. Still has all of these modules, if you can see right here. But if you look, no progression at the end of it. So it's its own isolated vehicle. It's not anywhere. It's just isolated on its own, and everything's unlocked already. I don't need to grind it because I already had it. And so we can do. Okay, I actually have to do this. And so yeah, still here, just isolated. It's a collector's vehicle now. So people were asking about the Ruski 62A, which is here, and as you can see, it has that golden status, which means it becomes a special, kind of like the special reward vehicle category that you have right now. The FE215B, the Foch 155, etc. These vehicles are still there. They are still in the game. They're just not in the tech tree. They're just somewhere different. Okay, nobody loses anything. So let me show you. So some people are asking for the 30 and the 30B. Here's the 30B. Tier 9, and then we have, I didn't have it bought. So, but yeah, there's the 30B. Now, if I go here, of course it won't show that. For some reason, my collector's category isn't showing me the collector's category page. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but it should happen where I click this and it takes me to that area, but it's not working right now. I'll try and figure out if I'm doing this wrong or not, or maybe I'll get a message from Raspberry. I know Mr. Kubrick is watching, and hopefully he can get me an answer how I can access this area, because here it says that I should be able to see it, but right now it's not happening. I'll let you know what's happening with that. But here's the 30B, still here. Any other vehicles that people were curious about? See, the 30B is not removed. It's just gone into a special reward vehicle category. It's not removed. Okay, so the 113 as well. So Chinese, and here you go. Here it is. This with the special reward vehicle category as well. So again, exactly the same. It's not gone anywhere. It's just in collector's area. This will make tier 8 to 10 matches full of new players. Please do something. X Minecraft, please don't spam. Thank you. Um, and it's not a bad thing to help people get to tier 5 faster. It's not a bad thing to not confuse people with all those millions of lines. It was annoying to grind 4 different tier 3 tanks just because you wanted to try out a medium or a tank destroyer or something else. Um, you can still get these tanks. Yes, you will still be able to get those tanks. For the other vehicles below tier 6, they will go automatically into a special collector's area. The tier 7 to 10, they go somewhere else. Now, I don't remember, I haven't been given any specific details on how you get those yet, but you will still be able to get those vehicles. Just like the FE215B, you can still get that in various ways. The crew skills and perks rework and the equipment rework will actually be coming later this year. The 100 IS4 buffs actually bring me to the next thing I want to talk about. But before I do that, I want to know how I get to this collector's area so I can kind of show you guys this. Because this tells me I should be able to get it from here, but currently it's lies and slander. How do you research collector's vehicles? No, you don't research them. Once you get to tier 6 in the nation, you go research. As a new player, you go research, done. And then it'll go bink. Here are the vehicles that were collector's vehicles before in your garage, and then you actually go to those and you can research them yourself, just grinding them normally because they come stock. So that's it. You don't lose anything. You just don't have to grind them here to get to the next vehicle. They're just somewhere else. Go back to the Russian territory. So here we go. I haven't got any specific details on how much the 113 will be or how you get it exactly. But I can tell you that it will still be able to. So the collector's tab is missing for now on the test. So it's missing for now, but as you can see here, the collector's vehicles are available. So hopefully, in the next iteration of this, or when there's a small update, we will be able to see the collector's tab. But this is where it should be. So when you click this, it'll show you the collector's vehicles and all the ones that you should have. Whether we can use if as long as it's such as this. So if I send this crew to the garage, let's try. So I've got my 5.8. Let's take my 5.8 and put those crew into the garage, into the barracks. Sorry. Yeah. So you can use any crew. So they literally become special reward vehicles. I would imagine it's the same for the lower tier ones as well. So my Panzer 1C is still there. So yeah, they just become special reward vehicles. They don't get removed anywhere. They just become like a premium vehicle. But again, the reason I don't say premium vehicles because premium vehicles have a credit coefficient. Special reward vehicles don't. They just train at a cruise. Can we buy the tanks for credits? Should get the tanks. I think you get them for free once you've unlocked them, and then you just grind them out. How do you get them? So if you don't have these vehicles, so up to tier 6, if you don't have the vehicles, once you research tier 6, you get the ones before it. For the ones from above those tiers, I haven't got the details yet, but it does have the notes, and I'm going to be releasing a video shortly after this stream or during the stream. They will actually go through and explain some of these things. So the idea is that we actually, you'll have other ways and still have ways to get these higher tier vehicles. Yes, this is the Sandbox, or what is now called New Balance server. Can you buy gold with your phone? I believe yes. Hello, Barburg, how are you? Okay, so one of the things that I want to talk about that's on the Sandbox is that the hit points changes. So when you're talking about the IS4 and E100 buff, this whole time we've been saying, later this year, we're waiting for the big balance, we're waiting for all these things. So one of the things that's being changed is that there is the hit points change, where everything gets its hit points buffed along the way. The hit points now becomes very linear. So before what you had was this sort of shape to the hit points. You went from low, 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 woof. The idea now is it's very much diagonal, so it's very much steady. And the idea of that is at lower tiers now, you don't end up with just being insta-punished for mistakes. And that's a good thing considering, what you're going to have on these vehicles. Not only are these vehicles going to have an increased hit points, but then you have these shell changes taking place as well. And that's where we can see this here. So I'm just using the T62A for an example. Oh, I've got a message from... Yes, Toast. Thank you, Mr. Kubrick. So here are the ammo types. So here's the normal one, the standard ammunition, which will have, because as I said, we have all the shell changes as well. What will happen is, here's your normal ammo, and then we have the special ammo rework, where ideally what you have is an increase in amount of penetration, but for that extra penetration value, you will actually gonna end up with some damage decrease. The idea being is that you don't instantly just do what people like myself, or many do. If you want to maximize your damage, you press that 2 key and you hold it firmly in. Or the pro players will just put 2 key, number 1 key, and then not load anything else. Now, you actually have to choose your shells. If you know you're going to penetrate your target, load normal rounds, farm that damage. If you're going to choose, or you're worried about not penning your target, load the special rounds and guarantee the pen, but don't get the damage. Yes, Daki, I'm looking at you. Daki taught me you don't press 2 key, you just move 2 key to 1 key and then unload every other type of ammo. So there is the normal rounds, the special rounds. So part of this is that shell rework we were talking about, and a lot of people with talking about all of the ammunition changes and how many people will know at lower tiers it's about a lot of people complain about lower tiers just full of premium rounds and oh my god, can't you do anything about it? Well, here you are, higher hit points, less benefit on damage to the premium rounds. Now you have to choose. And then the other one that many people wanted to talk about were the HE shell changes. Now the HE shell changes are pretty important and a lot of people are gonna want to know this. HE shell will no longer penetrate except for 1/2 instances. HE shell now will do damage externally, but it will not penetrate, and it can damage external modules. So it'll knock off tracks and I think external fuel tanks, but I'm not sure on the others. The exception, for all of you wonderful people, will be the KV2 and the KV2R. Those will still keep their penetration damage shots. I know a couple of people will comment about, such as the Sherman with its 105, and oh my god, you're going to ruin this tank. The Sherman, we've looked at it, and apparently the Sherman only penetrates 2% of its shots with HE damage. So the damage that you would normally do with the Sherman, you're still going to do that damage, it's just not going to penetrate as much as it did before, which was 2% of the time. The other thing with HE is that the damage has been normalized. So as you can see here, that you're not going to end up with a really low floor and a really high ceiling on the damage. It's going to be narrowed down, so it's normalized damage, and then you're going to actually kind of maintain. You're going to know what to expect when you're going to get slapped by HE. Again, this is something you should give feedback on, guys. Play it, try it out. When we did the first HE changes and the first HE tests, we actually did those with the HE values turned all the way down. They were on their very lowest setting. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of chat, as you can see, because everything's changed, this is actually a good one where I can show this. Normal AP on the left, premium AP here, and then high explosive here. Let's do this and do that. So here we go with the ammunition types. 152, penetration, 110, that. And here's the damage decrease you get for that extra penetration. And here is your penetration damage that you can still get on your KV2, 682 to 1138. Would you like to see me try and get the KV2 in this game? We got some nopes, we got some yeses, we got some yeses, some more nopes. I am going to take this into the game because if I keep talking, I'm going to lose my voice completely, sorry. I will show you the British Tank Destroyer line after this one. So please bear with. The KV2 and the KV2R are currently the only vehicles that will keep their HE penetration Chances. Okay, I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to let my voice settle down. The reason I'm showing the KV2 is that even though it keeps its HE pen chance, is because the HE values have been normalized. Yes, I can show the... I don't have my notebook, but I can show the EBR 105 as well. Chicken broth. Ah, chicken broth would go down a treat right now. So we'll be able to buy all those tanks with normal credits and XP in the normal ways, introducing a new system. Fico Hacker on YouTube. No, the whole point of this is it's simplified. New players will no longer have all those choices for each branch. They will simply have a very linear approach until they hit tier 6. The vehicles that are currently that are currently in the game, these will go into a collection area and they will go boop. There you go. Here's these vehicles. I'll show you the Hesh rounds after, unless this queue time takes much longer, and then I'll yeah. The service record I can't show you right now because I haven't got that. A lot of people are asking for the Hesh rounds, but I'm gonna try and get into a game so I don't ruin my throat. So is it possible that those moved tank will reappear in possible future tech trees like French mediums without auto-loading systems? So the idea of them going into the collection system is that they are there, and then I don't believe there's any plans for them to come back into the tech tree. You can download the Sandbox. I believe the news article will be coming up very shortly, hopefully in the next 4 minutes. But again, I think it's going live now or shortly, like in very, very soon. Do the new vehicles we get for free because of the vehicles after them? The vehicles will, as long as you have them right now, you get them for free. I'm not sure what happens if you're a new player. I think you can buy them for credits in the collector's vehicle category, but I'll need to check. When will Wargame allow us to browse our tanks while in the queue, like other games allow us? Well, we don't want it to get you distracted. So, no HE pens, does that mean no more one? Yes, that's correct. That's the plan. Hello, Kalismand, how are you? Sandbox article is up. So the New Balance article is up. The link to the Sandbox is at the bottom of it. There's going to be a lot of information there. I have got a video on the way out explaining all of it. That's why I'm also here streaming today, to try and go through as much as that as possible. Make sure you download it. Make sure you get in the game. Make sure you give your feedback. Let us know. So the article should be up on worldoftanks.eu. I'll answer Hesh once I kind of rest my voice and I hopefully can get a game. Okay, it looks like I'm not going to get a game, so forget that. Okay, before I talk about Hesh, somebody was just asking about this, so here we go. Here's the moose with the hit points. Do you see that? Do you see this, chat? Do you see that hit points, chat? Ooh. Oh, yeah. So this is going to bring me on to the next point I was going to talk about later. That the personal missions will also be reworked. Don't worry, guys, we got you. Personal missions are going to be reworked based on these missions. There will be some select missions that will be disabled. If we can't tweak them in line with the new values and the new stats that we have. Hello, Kelly. Thank you very much. Kylie, sorry, not Kelly. Kylie, thank you very much for the raid there, host. So there will be some tweaking of the personal missions to make sure they're in line and get them to where they need to be. There will be some disabled if we can't get those values tweaked in, ready for when it comes live or if everything goes ahead. So yeah, they are also going to be handled. I'm assuming you'd also like to see the special rounds on this one, right? So normal AP is at 246. 450 to 750 damage. Yeah, you seeing that? You seeing that, chat? And then 311 to 367 to 613 on the on the special rounds there. So here you are with the new chunky mouse. Here comes the fun. Here comes the down with the thickness of the mouse tank, rolling in at 350. Okay, so here was the mouse, and I believe everybody's waiting to know about the Hesh rounds, right? Everybody wants to see about the Hesh rounds. Here's my FE 4005. How much do you want to see about Hesh rounds, chat? How much do you want to know? What do you want to know about Hesh rounds? I don't think anybody wants to know. I can't see anything about Hesh rounds in chat. No spamming, clearly. I'm totally not doing this as an excuse for me to stop talking for a while. This is not a ploy so I can stop talking and get everybody to start typing. Oh, no, I'm not like this. Oh. My voice is loving this. So here we go with the hit point changes as we talked about before. Oh, and then here are going to be your special rounds. Here we go with the AP. You seeing this? Seeing this? And then the Hesh rounds. Do you see where there's no AP values? There's no penetration values because there are no pen on HE anymore or Hesh. But here's the damage that you will get. The idea being that you roll more normalized, so you will no longer get the big one-shot hits on the enemies. And then we're going to go with this one. And they're the same values. So no more penetrating one-shots with the Hesh rounds on the FE 4005 and the 183s. Some people will really, really miss this. Some people are going to go, finally, no more one-shot mechanics in the end game. This is going to be either or. Some people are going to love this. Some people are going to hate this. Feedback is important. It's what it's there for, guys. It's why we've got the server up, so you can join the server, give us your feedback, test it out, let us know how it goes. I'm assuming you'd also like me to take this into a battle to try it out and see how it goes, right? And then, of course, the normal HE rounds, they're not much worse than the Hesh. See, I'm already seeing a lot of people saying, I already hate it. How can you hate it if you haven't tried it? Oh, I'm seeing some toxicity in chat on there right now. Because it's stupid. It's stupid if you liked one-shotting things. It's great if you didn't like being one-shot. Again, there's nothing to stop. Maybe the Hesh rounds end up with the same example that the KV2 did, for instance. But again, how many times would you say that the Hesh rounds actually penetrated? It's great when it did, but yes, I can show you the artillery changes afterwards. One thing you have to remember, guys, is that the idea of these things, and a lot of people are saying about RNG and there's been too much in this, these HE shell changes, the Hesh changes, are meant to kind of reduce the RNG. The idea is now that you will not... like, when I've been doing my 279 missions, and I was doing those last night, I one-shot 3 tanks in one game. And these people made no mistake. Okay? These people were leaving their base, and I was just like, okay, yeah, thank you. And then the other guy was in a bush and just accidentally got pinged, and I went, yeah, okay, thank you. And this person's game was ruined. The idea is that these moments, these RNG, fun for me, fun for that, but a little bit kind of like counterintuitive if you make a small mistake. It's very punishing for small mistakes. So I love one-shotting things. I hate getting one-shotted. Nobody likes peeking around a corner and then insta-getting. Is it me or is this game volume really loud? Let me test out my Hesh rounds, please. Come on, do it, 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 do it. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it, chat. No fun allowed. So the idea with so there are still gonna be crew and equipment changes coming later this year. And there will be some more information to share on those later. So as you saw there, it still did a fair chunk of damage, but the person didn't get absolutely brutalized. We're gonna try it out on hopefully an FE 4005 and we'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, can you really say that it's that bad? I still got hit for 1,422. I mean, honestly, when over people is like, oh, rah, 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 you're still doing high rolls. Yep, everybody's like, yep, 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 it's terrible, it's bad. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, friend. Okay, could we not? Could we try and not, please? Thank you. And then we'll try with the AP rounds. Maybe I'll get something to shoot at. Okay, yeah, you'll do. Never mind. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the community overall reacts to this. We'll try this one with the AP rounds. I would show you the SPG changes, sorry, but I wanted to try an AP round in that game. Didn't work, so please bear with. Okay, Minecraft. Right, I'm really sorry, Minecraft, but you have done nothing but spam this entire time. So let me just do this for you. So yeah, these changes should be fairly decent for new players, I believe. I think this is a good thing for new players. So somebody's asking about the E100 rework. As you will tell, the tanks have got new hit points. All the hit points have been realigned, and the shells have also been realigned. So the idea is that the E100 might now, once we've got all the stats with the IS4 and the E100, they might now actually be on the right level. So one of the things that we tried to do with the shell and the hit point rework was to make it more linear. So the idea is that you don't have big jumps in power between tanks as you go up the tiers. The idea, you kind of do this, because right now you have an extremely steep learning curve. Once you get to tier 3, the difference between tier 3 and tier 5 is pretty drastic. What difference between tier 5 and tier 7, difference between tier 7 and tier 9, and so on. Now, hopefully, the plans are to make that a little bit more stable. Well, again, if you say you don't need to change it like this, feel free to download the Sandbox server, give us your feedback. That's what the feedback is for. Give feedback. But I don't mean just, oh, I hate this because I've seen it on this and somebody else says that they don't like it and I don't like this just looking at it. No. Actually take some time to download the Sandbox, see how it plays, let us know how you feel. So, Sick Loop. No tank is getting removed, but thank you for reading the notes about not removed, getting moved. There is a huge difference. The tanks that move from the tech tree are going to be available in the collector's area. Okay, so somebody else is spamming on YouTube. It's time to start banning people. Let's just do this. And this. And this. So I do apologize, chat, but YouTube is being very questionable right now, and looks like they need some smacked bottoms. Okay, we're good. Maybe. Let me just fix my loader while I'm paying attention. Okay, so Cycloop looks like he also needs to spend some time in the naughty corner. Keep spamming, will get spanked. It's as simple as that, guys. I spawned with this many hit points because I'm a bad person. Okay. I think the eekeeboo has been bullying. Hello, Raven. Sorry, I didn't see you there before. Okay. No, it's not about arguing, it's about spamming. There is a big difference. I'm not spamming bans. Believe it or not, the spamming and bans in YouTube chat is the same person or the same 3 people that are just spamming the same comment hundreds of times. So when you see spam bans, it's actually me just going slap to... I think I've actually put 4 people on timeout and half the chat is already message deleted by World of Tanks Europe. That's how much they're spamming. Yes, I'll try and drink some water soon, but currently having to deal with some trolls. But thank you. Oh, rip. It's okay. I can check the special ammo costs at the end of this. Why nerf HE instead of just nerfing the tanks? It's not about nerfing the tanks. The idea of all HE is that HE had issues with its high rolls and low rolls. The idea of HE changes is to normalize the damage, not nerfing tanks, but normalizing what they do. This will actually make more sense soon when I show you the arty changes. The thing is, even if you... So if you normalize HE, but you still have pen, then you're still going to hit the rolls that you do. Okay, so we did this. I was actually going to show you this. Dun, 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 dun. Nice bit of repair cost there. Yep, so they cost the same value that they do right now, by looks of it. I don't know if it's going to be the same for all of them. You could Hesh them also as a try. I've just tried the Hesh. Hesh does not have pen values. It just has external value damage values. The one major thing that will change is that I believe, from what I know, and I don't think it's planned to change, HE will no longer damage internal modules. Okay, so here we are with this. What did I want to do next? I tried this one. There was something else you wanted me to show you. E100. So here's the E100. Dun, 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 dun. Would you look at this? And then the ammo values. Could you look? Yeah, sorry, I've been looking at the cost of ammo constantly. You can see here the prices. And those were the values on there. And then you wanted to probably see the Yagi 100 as well. Aww. Yagi 100 no more the king of... Oof. Oof. KV2 pretty much stays unchanged apart from normalized HE values. 60. So somebody's asking for the keep looking. EBR 105. I know that's high requested, so I'll show that one next. So here we go. No more penetration, no more internal damages. You have the damage there. So like we said, okay, so Type 5 is the next one people want to see. HE will still be there, but the idea of HE now, HE is not meant to do damage, or hopefully not meant to do damage. That's not the plan. Why am I going for gym with the Type 5? HE is intended now to be a last-ditch resort when, as it used to be, HE used to be planned for when you could do no damage, when there was no chance. So you went with HE to do some damage, or detract things when you're decapping. That's what the hope is to go back to now. So the idea is to go back to HE, to detract things, to decap, try and do something when nothing else worked. Okay, so here we go with the big battleship gun on the Type 5. I'll also look at the big, at the other gun. So there's the HE on these. And then, okay, where's this round gone? Okay, there we go. Normal rounds, special rounds, I think. No, normal rounds, special rounds. IS-4, yeah, I can show you the IS-4 next. So the IS-4 was one of those other vehicles that we've been saying we're not going to balance because we're waiting on these big changes with the hit points and shells coming this year. Fairly respectable amount of hit points, if I don't mind. So how does it stack up against the I-7? Yeah, okay, okay. So here we go with the hit points. And then for the rounds, we have our normal AP and then the heat rounds. Mouse hit points is now chunky. And then people are asking for the I7 as well. Here we go with AP and the special rounds. Sorry, I'm trying to look at all of these tank requests that are flooding in. I do apologize, it takes a while. 279. I don't have the 279, so I can't show you that, sorry. The E100 I've showed you, so I've done this and I've done this. Black Dog I've showed already. The E25. I wouldn't expect you to see much change in this, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty much going to be a clear default one on this one. KV2 I've shown 268. I haven't shown that one yet. Okay, it's respectable hit points at this stage. That's a big oof. That's a fairly chunky oof. T49 with a 105. I don't own it, so please bear with. Du-du-du-du-du. Eh. Is it not going to let me look at these without buying? Yeah, unfortunately I can't look at these ones without owning it. I have an idea to do at the end of this, but I'm going to play on this one right now so you can see. Okay, so there's a lot of requests on there. M103 I don't have on this one. Right, okay, so next thing. The next thing that I was talking about is SPGs. SPGs are now going to have some changes done to them. SPGs are now going to have different rounds. Now, I've seen people see AP and they're instantly go, oh my god, no, why? Big good news here. A lot of you are going to be happy about, I feel. Normal HE with this one. You can see on there, more normalized damage. And then you have the special HE, and you will notice that the damage value has gone up, as the blast radius. But the thing that happens now, it will no longer stun if you use special rounds. So you get higher radius, you get higher damage, but special rounds will no longer stun when you're using them. And then the AP rounds, though they look amazing, and though you are more likely to kind of like, you will do some damage if you manage to hit it, you will still, they're not as what they once were. They're nowhere near what they once were. Now, it looks like it's useless. There are going to be some more changes coming later this year that will mean that AP has a purpose, but I can't share more of those right now. But I can tell you that there's more on the way. So, these ammo reworks aren't a nerf to artillery. That's not the intention. The idea is that you kind of have to decide and make a smarter decision on the ammunition type you use, when you use it, and how you use it. But one of the things that will happen is because of the hit points changes and the lower damage done on rounds, that's going to change. Now, I want to take one of my favorite artilleries from Ye Old, and what we'll do is we will actually take that out. Let me just do this so you can see yourself. Normal HE, special HE, and the AP. Normal HE, 45 radius, chunky damage. And then we have increased radius, not by much, increased damage, and then here's the AP. So I will show you what this looks like, hopefully, and so you can see it. I'll show you the batch afterwards. More damage and increased radius, aka straight up buff, except no longer stuns. This is the official test server, yes, that you can go to the website, go to the New Balance test server and see yourself. So, stun is there for the normal rounds. Stun is gone for the special HE rounds. It's there for the normal HE rounds. It is gone for the special HE rounds. So if you want to do more damage and you want to focus on, taking out those enemy tanks, stun is gone for those higher damage rounds, but it is there for the normal ones. HE does not pen. So these HE rounds, these HE should not pen. When it says penetration rate, it should mean the amount of blast radius, like the HE damage, not actually HE penning. Sorry, missed. So the 183 Hesh rounds will no longer penetrate. You will still do damage externally. So this is for YouTube. You still do external damage, but you won't do internal pen damage. Yes, it still has pen, but it's not going to be pen. It shouldn't be pen on the HE, so you can't pen the shell. But I believe it's the amount of damage that the HE can penetrate. I'll need to check this up, but HE should no longer pen. But we'll find out in a minute. Okay. So there's the stun. Let's load the special rounds. First shell pen. Paid actor Iki misses the first round on purpose. Again, so one of the ideas was to actually normalize the HE damage so you don't uber roll them. And then, boop. Notice a lack of stun. And the lack of pen. So let me just get ready for the next one. See, and then here is the normal HE round. Do. See, external module damage, not internal. And then I'll switch to the AP round so we can give that a go and see what we can do with it. So increased damage because it's the normal on the normal round with the stun values. We'll try and load the special round after this one. Let's see how the AP performs. And he overshoots. So this is why I hated AP rounds at the minute. I'm going to see if I can find something squidgy to shoot at. Well, the mouse ain't squidgy. That's a bad idea. Okay, let's go back to this one. Right, and then we're going to hit it with the special HE just so we can compare it with the higher roll before. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! So as I said, there will be more changes coming later to explain the AP rounds. So there is a lot more coming. I got his track though. What's going to happen to our stats and 3 marks for tanks? I don't know about 3 marks. Stats, on the other hand, you will keep all your current statistics, but there will be a new category of statistics that will run simultaneous. So it'll be like a different, like normal stats, all the progress you've made so far will stay there. There will be a new section for your new stats so far, and then every couple of months they will reset so you can kind of see how you're progressing on tanks now or going forward compared to what they were before. Showing you the in-game shop after the game, I don't think will work on the Sandbox server, but we'll see. How did anyone at Wargaming think this was a good idea? Well, that's why the Sandbox server is, the New Balance server is out, so you can actually download it, test it, and then give your feedback. Again, don't give your feedback without trying out the server. Please don't be that guy. Don't be that person that looks at this and goes, "Oh my god, this is trash," without even trying it out. That's essentially like reviewing a game that you've never played. It's not how it works. Maybe. Aww. I can show the campaign, yes. I don't know if the missions are changed, but I can tell you the missions will be changed to reflect these changes. Okay. Let's try for the AP rounds this time. Mine? Denied. Da 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 da. I haven't seen what's on the black market yet. Da 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 da. Okay, never mind. Selling orders. Orders for the first campaign. Okay, I actually. That's interesting. The black market man is having a proper giggle these days. So yeah, as you can see, AP rounds are not the death, not the death shells that they once were. And there's the stun round with its gloriousness. Sir Sean King, the collector's vehicles will go. You will already have them. I don't know what will happen going forward. I think you should get them already. I don't think you have to buy them. I think you get them in the collectors, but it's something I'm going to need to check. Because this current iteration of the test server doesn't have this available right now, I would need to sign up on a new account and test it out myself. So what was I going to do? And then somebody wanted to look at this one. So here's the LEF. Ooh, that's a nice AP round. So yeah, there's the idea of the Ati. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything else. So we've done that. Oh yeah, service record. Here's your total statistics that you have so far, and then boom, new statistics that go in seasons. So this is where you will now actually have this reset every now and then. The idea is you can kind of see what's going on with how you were before to what you are now. New store, but again, this is the Sandbox server. It's not going to help you on the normal server. Hello, Abraham. Okay, so we've got that one. We've got that one. I believe this is a vehicle many people will be intrigued to see how it's doing right now. Let's give it a go. Why are the season updates not being introduced in 1.8? What do you mean by that one? Sorry. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so I can't actually check these out. Because, as I said, right now, these are going to be changed, so it doesn't like these are ready to look at right now. I imagine these will come in a different iteration of a test server. Okay. Oh, somebody was asking about the medium rounds, the medium tanks. What we got on this? It's not bad hit points. I can't show the AMX-30 because I don't have it, and I can't get to the collector's area right now. I've already showed the Type 5 earlier. Da -da -da -da. I imagine this one will be requested a lot to have a look at. Where's it gone? Here we go. That's not bad, actually. Yes, yes, Dark Side. Somebody's asking for the T54. I think I have that on this account. So as you can see right there, lower damage, sorry, high damage, lower pen, higher pen, lower damage. Yes, you will get a list. That will, I think it comes at about 104 vehicles currently that are being shifted. I don't have the 7 1 to show you. I do have the Action X though. So here we go with these guns and even more hit points. Ooh. The cost of the credit rounds are these. So from what I've seen, the costs are the same. S-Conk. What about the vehicles with low pounds of ammo? Honestly, I'm not sure about that one yet because this one has stayed the same. The Manticore, I feel, is going to be an interesting vehicle to do this with. Because your choices are higher pen, lower damage, or make the damage count with lower pen. That's gonna be a difficult choice to make. But again, it's what we need to tweak things for, and it's why you need to give feedback. I'm not ignoring people on YouTube. It's just that somebody's actually just spamming the same thing about black market. It's just black market, black market, black market. You spamming that I'm ignoring you. Somebody else spamming about black market. So yeah, I've already answered on YouTube. It's just there's nothing for me to answer with spam. The same person spamming the message 15 times is not something for me to answer about. You should have the vehicles already. What's happened to T34 at tier 8? I can try and play the Aggie 100, but the queue time was taking a while. If you want to see the tech tree, go to the article, see the video that I've recorded. It should be announced right now. There'll also be an article with the tech trees on there. I've already shown them this stream already. I can't just keep going back every time somebody new joins the stream to see them. Otherwise, nothing would happen. If you're on YouTube, you can actually go back in the video yourself and see them there. So T34 Premium. And so you can see the problem on YouTube. You're saying, please answer me, but I've already answered the same question that somebody else has now just asked. It got removed from the tech tree is what I meant. Oh, you mean... Sorry, what? So this is where the premiums will now live. So essentially what happens is those vehicles that get shifted, so these that get moved from higher tiers, they're not removed from the game. They just turn into special reward vehicles, i.e. this. So this is the third time I'm explaining this in this particular vehicle. This. And now you can use them to trade. You can put your 113 crew in there, or you can put your 5A crew in there. AMX 50B. The only thing I can suggest, I'm not going to spend my whole time doing this though. You can, so the tier 6 to 10, you will still be able to get. It's not explicit yet how you'll do that, but there'll still be ways to get them. If you want to see what the tech trees look like, if you want to see how things look, download the Sandbox New Balance test server and go and find out yourself. So here are the AP, here's the APCR rounds. I just have laryngitis again, which means that my throat is just absolutely dying right now. Hammered, that's because I've answered this twice while you're spamming. Instead of just spamming the question, please, please listen to what I'm answering. It's that easy. You're asking me something I've answered already, and you're on YouTube, so you can just scroll back in the video and see the answer there. And I've already answered as you were spamming the same question in chat. Please do this. Just for me. Instead of just spamming the same question, please just rewind a little bit. There are a lot of questions coming in on both Twitch and YouTube, and right now you're spamming the same question that I've already answered. To you specifically. Okay, let me just put this one on there. Will there be ammo rack one-shots? There will still have the mechanic to ammo rack people. I believe that hasn't been removed. So Type 5 Heavy, I've already shown that one as well. Yes, all personal reward missions will be adjusted. Okay, so let's try and do this one. I haven't played the T49 yet, but I know this one is going to take a lot of people requesting that. You can still kind of jump the tech trees, but the idea is you're not. If you remember as a new player right now, the problem you have when you're a new player, playing up to trying to get to tier 4 requires you to sell a vehicle, buy a new one, sell it again, and then eventually you hit that, that limit on how many vehicles you can sell because you're progressing up too much. Now, you don't have to hit that limit. You can just focus on just grinding out that line until you decide whether you want to go a TD or a medium or something else. I don't know why your sandbox is in Russian. Can you check the language on the Wargaming Center for that? Because ammo racks are still extremely rare. HE shots, HE penetrations were far less rare. So we're going to start with heat rounds with 334 and 750. And then we've got the nice chunky AP rounds with 246 and 930. You can't claim your commander yet because they start tomorrow. Because if you remove the sell limit, somebody hacks into your account and sells all your vehicles. It's why we introduced the sell limit, because it didn't used to have one and people lost their accounts. No plans of ATGM. Collector's tanks won't be more expensive. No, you actually don't lose out. It doesn't cost you more. I need to check whether you still have to buy them with credits, but once you get to tier 6, you get them in the special category. If you already own them, or if you already have them unlocked right now as an older player, it doesn't cost you anything, you get them. I think as a new player, you still get them. I don't think you need to spend credits on them, but it's something I need to check. So as you can see right now, somebody's asking what's with the 113, something I've already answered. Becomes a special reward vehicle. Nom nom nom. Okay, so there was the heat round, 861. They didn't remove most of the tech tree tanks. They were moved, Snot Golem. Moved, not removed. I feel like I keep repeating the sentence. Hello, Dimmy. How are you? Okay, let me just... Yeah, I can try out the Type 5 with the big gun as well. So, Jolis, is that for me or for chat? Because your next answer is going to dictate whether you get banned again. So the lower tiers actually have a mitigation now in that because you have the higher hit points and because of the shell changes, you actually now should get punished less for being in those games. That blocking mission's looking pretty good right about now, right? Oh, rip, 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 rip. Yet. For some reason my right click's not working in stopping my turret from turning. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Okay, he's not looking at me. Why am I panicking? Yet. Stop with the excuses and do some damage. Okay, so I see we have a troll in YouTube. So far you're pretty harmless. Okay. Pray for me, chat. Oh. Made it! Worth. And he sticks the landing. Banana out of 10. Okay, so somebody was asking for the Type 5 with the big chunky gun. Okay. So the KV2 is already the exception. I haven't, because I haven't achieved it, Mr. Jeffrey. I can't test it out for you. Yes, that's correct, Phoenix. It works the exact same way as every other special reward tank. You can put any other Chinese heavy crew in it, and it will work. So HE will never do more damage than AP. I'm specifically thinking when you hit paper tanks. So paper tanks will no longer penetrate, and they will no longer do internal module damage. They will still do damage externally if you hit them hard, and more than if you bounce AP, but you will no longer, you know, pimp slap something for full health. I can't show you the pen because HE no longer has pen. Can you play the new... I've tried playing I even tried playing a KV2, but it wouldn't let me. Has the damage from falling changed according to the tank hit point change? I actually don't know that. I need to check it, sorry. I can't answer you when New Balance will be released because A, we haven't announced it, B, it can always change, and C, it depends on how the testing goes. What if you hit the open side of an open top tank? Interesting question, but it shouldn't actually pen. So the missions where you need to do internal module damage, like I've said before, those personal missions are going to get changed based on the New Balance changes. So personal missions will be reworked. Some will even be disabled once it's out of there. It depends. I've already answered. You can please rewind the video about the 113. Okay, so it looks like Chan Pate also needs to hit the timeout time. Boop. Premium for tanks, Sally. Exact same answer every time before. It's a new feature. Why would we add more right now? I've already answered that about fallen damage. Please listen when I answer. Ah. No, they weren't removed. They were put into the collector's category of the vehicle. You can still have them. They're just not there. So as you can see, I believe that was a Hesh round. And I didn't get kablapped. That's a good point. I need to check my TOG. I need to check my TOG. See if my glorious TOG is there. Thank you, Grinder. I understand people are maybe just joining, but I know for a fact the person... you were asking about the falling damage. I actually answered you the first time you asked it, and then you've asked it twice since then. As far as I know, there's been no change, but I haven't checked it, so... Please only publish arty changes. It doesn't quite work like that, my friend. Gimme, 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 gimme. Nope, never mind. Gimme, 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 gimme. This is a change a lot of people have been asking for, all put together. Because Agent Tiflity, you don't start getting them until tomorrow. Honestly, I kind of can't keep checking games in game. The best thing you can do is download the New Balance server yourself and check it out for yourself. I can't spend my whole time going through each and every single vehicle everybody requests. I already spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes going through those vehicles individually. Please check out the article, download the New Balance test server, and check the vehicles out yourself. Dum 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 dum. Just holding down the W key and hoping for the best. Da -da -da -da. You can't just buff hit points in lower tiers and then leave the higher tiers unbuffed as well. Okay, let's see how we do with the booty shot on the i7. So as you can see there, didn't penetrate, didn't do damage, but we did detrack him and got all the assist on it. You're welcome, Spartan. I haven't checked it out myself, so I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, if you use the other gun on this tank, it's probably going to be more ideal, whereas this is going to probably be an assist monster. $330 damage, well, 300 damage, as you will soon find out, is not that much. Me opening up a room on this and testing fall damage would actually be not that much fun to watch, and nobody can organize test rooms that much. Hell Elves, I think I remember you, but I'm not sure. That's because, Piggy, I've answered it 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Rewind the video, find it for yourself, because like I said, instead of asking me the same question when I'm answering you, please rewind the video on YouTube and you will see it there. On YouTube, you have this advantage. Twitch, it's different. If you want to see even more, download the Sandbox server or New Balance server and check it yourself. Do not start trying to blackmail me with thumbs down, because all I do is this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All crew members' internal modules. Yes, they are. They count as internal modules. They didn't remove tanks. They got removed to the special collectors category. Ah, yes. Tog 2. Tog 2. Hello. Okay, thank you. Tog 2, where are you? Here we go. 2,000 hit points. I need a pause and I need a lot of water. 2k Tog. It's happening, boys. Now, the interesting thing is going to be, because the KV2 can still pen with HE, but artillery can't, I'm wondering what happens when artillery hits it with AP rounds. Good luck, Anthem. We'll see how long this queue is. Yes, this is a Sandbox server. Why are you keeping... Rita, please check out the Discord. All the information is there that you can answer and ask. My job is the stream and the video content, not to keep all the contributors up to date. Hey, the KV2 will still penetrate with HE rounds, but others will not. When you download the New Balance server, as you can see in here, I keep all of my live server stats and all the information on there. Rita, then you need to poke people on Discord. Poking me here right now is not going to help, as I'm in the middle of a stream. You should know better, Rita. Show us the Jagdpanzer E100. Yes, the Sandbox server link is on worldoftanks.eu. No worries, Retro. Don't upset Nightbot. The rat was already in the game, the Leviathan in the Halloween mode. Okay. There is an LEF on the enemy team as well. This will be fun. The economy will change, yes, to balance out the higher amount of hit points. So the idea is that because of the way the shells change and the amount of hit points, those people who maybe don't know, the economy is linked to how much damage you do. And because there will be probably an increase in damage, but also less for some others, the idea is to normalize that so people don't lose out. The hope is that they will be tweaked so everybody earns the same amount or maybe a little bit higher. Again, the Sandbox will allow us to get that data and tweak the values. So hopefully we can get it zoned in on where it goes in. I see the Cavalier doesn't like me very much. Okay, we're ready for the arty. If we make it that far. Okay, I need my driver though. That's important. Tog in the open. Oh, KV2. The KV2 didn't pen. Ow, 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 ow. Tog in the open is not good. We can make it to cover. Is it me? That's the idea. The penetration on the AP rounds. So the penetration of normal rounds will not be higher, but the penetration of special rounds will go up at the expense of more damage. What? I believe it's because the KV2 relies on that gun heavily. The OI doesn't, but again, with testing and feedback, it's not to say other vehicles won't be added to an exception. Oh. Commanders for Team Clash should start tomorrow. The HE pen will count for both the premium and the Tech Tree KV2. All tanks are affected. Chand Pate, no. And let me just do this again because I already answered this and you came back spamming the same question. KV2 is, but KV2 is one of those anomalous tanks that relies on that gun. The AP round's not doing very much. The Death Star and the FE4005, as you will see, have big chunky AP rounds that should actually do the trick now, so the Hesh is less reliant. Rude. So the LEF just hit me with some HE and knocked my fuel tank. So it is possible to still set tanks on fire with the artillery. I'm not ignoring certain questions. It's just that there are questions that I've already answered in the last hour and 32 minutes, and I'm not going to keep repeating myself while I'm losing my voice. Dude. Rude. Why are you mad about asking questions? No. I'm annoyed when people are demanding I answer questions I've already answered, or as I'm answering them, and people can find this information by going to the article and finding it themselves. It's that simple. Saying you're ignoring my questions is not right when I've answered them. At this stage, all I'm doing is repeating myself because people don't want to read an article. When is 2020 Frontline? Soon. It's not so much tired, I'm just ill. And there's some serious trolls in chat right now that are testing Banhammer patience. Thank you. Thank you, Satanic. What about the double barrel line? How are they going to be? I haven't shown the double barrel line, so I can show that. Cromwell. Let me check. Okay. Cromwell. Nope, Cromwell's there. Then the next one was the double barrels. Which double barrel? 8, 9, or 10? One of the feedback that we had a lot of people saying from the Sandbox server was they hated having to grind through those lower tiers all the time and having to start from scratch. So, by taking your live server statistics and account data, carrying it over to the Sandbox, you're able to actually see how everything is live, and you're not forced into grinding through all those lower tiers again. So the request was the tier 9. Here are the shells. That's a big damage drop for the pen on there. Elfgalf. So with the personal missions, they will be changed according to how all of these values and things change. I think some of these changes are good. I need to play this more to figure out how good it is or what the effect is going to be. And you want to see the 7032 as well. So 7032. So gun marks will always stay the same because they're based on server average performance for the last 2 weeks. If you want to know what the tech tree changes look like, download the Sandbox server or read the article. It's all there for you. Sandbox server is the new balance server. It is the test server. Well, the thing is that you say they're bad, but you have to take into account the gun changes and everything else that's happening to them. You're saying they're still bad, but I guarantee you haven't downloaded the test server and tried it out. If you need to download the Sandbox server. The shell prices look similar. Thank you. Yes, we finally got to 100k subs on YouTube. It was awesome. Thank you. How many black market offers are there left? I can't tell you. Hesh is still in the game. It goes to the collector's tank. M14A1. That's because we haven't changed anything with blueprints. You're asking a redundant question. If we haven't said we're changing anything with blueprints, that means nothing has changed in how you earn them. So what was I gonna play? Let's try the mouse. The mouse now has chunky hit points. No, What V100 is not back in the game. The collector's tab is not in the client right now. I tried to check it earlier. It will be coming soon, I hope. But I do have the collector's vehicles, which means they go into special reward vehicles. Yes, 3.5k hit points, and then these big chunky rounds. Here we 242 pen and 600 damage, 311 and 490. Hello, Captain Cadaver. How are you? So, grip big chunky 3,550 hit points. Woot woot. No, AnsiBot is because you're not paying attention. I've already answered. Test the server out yourself and find out. Or you can just keep saying it's all trash, and you're going to be right regardless because you're not interested in listening. It's how it goes. If you don't want to listen to what you're being advised and the notes and everything, no matter what I say, you're going to say, no, you're wrong, I'm right, this is the way it is. And I'm not going to spend my whole time in this stream arguing with you when clearly there's no way of changing your mind. I will shoot AP when I finally get to the fight. Feedback can be given on Discord, it can be given on our forums, it can be given everywhere. The damage on the AP for the FE4005 and the 183 is chonky. Mr. Fall, there are actually a few people that are saying yes, finally. Okay, I failed. It's just that there are more people complaining because people who like it are already testing it out, and the people who don't like it are just spamming because that's how they want to express themselves, which is fair enough, but the people who are complaining also haven't even downloaded the test server yet. Oh, 750. And see? No hit point damage. I got tickled. Tickled. So the artillery's looks like the artillery's firing those new AP rounds. Okay, I'm low rolling now, guys. The artillery's gone back to the standard HE rounds, which still stun. Now the increased damage radius and damage value HE rounds no longer stun, for those people who missed it earlier. Bring the damager. If you've bought tanks and research, they're not removed, they go into a special collector's category. Okay, let's go with some cheaty rounds now. So no longer holding down the 2 key. No, that's not what I'm saying, Paliman, but the people who are complaining that this is garbage and trash and it's rubbish and this, that, and the other, people are saying this based on not playing it themselves. And that's fine, you have first impressions, but people are very profusely complaining and haven't even tried it yet. It's like when you were younger and you're like, I hate Brussels sprouts. Have you tried eating Brussels sprouts? No, because I hate them. It's like, okay. Crew changes are coming later this year. It's not to you, Piggy, sorry. There are a lot of people in... Oh, what? Denied by house. There are a lot of people in Twitch chat that... well, some in YouTube as well, but there's a lot of people in Twitch chat. 113 and others are into a special categories. It's called a collector's tab. They should be the same as Tech Tree tanks. They won't have a special matchmaker. The gap between lower tier and higher tier is actually less than it was before because of those hit points changes and the way that the HE shells and the other damage are more normalized. They will end up like the 155 and the 183. No, once you get to tier 6, you get them, or if you already have them unlocked already, they go into the collector's section, they get given a stock, and then you can grind them up, unless you already have them grinded up, as you do now, in which case they stay fully unlocked. HE shells no longer penetrate, except for the KV2. The games I haven't noticed being longer or shorter. I haven't been paying much attention. Again, it is the Sandbox server kind of environment, so everybody's a bit YOLO-tastic. Yes, you can move them in. They act like premium and special reward tanks. 60 TP. Okay, I can do that one. So let's. I haven't actually looked at the rounds on this. That's pretty juicy. That I could get used to. Okay, okay. And the HE. Do rewards? Yes. I don't have the 907, so I can't test it. The crispy. Some of the modules, it depends whether they were already a special reward vehicle or whether they were a vehicle that needed grinding. So, like tier 10 special reward vehicles, they don't need modules unlocking. The like a tier 5 special reward vehicle or collector's vehicle will because it was there. HE will not penetrate a wheeled vehicle, but the wheeled vehicle HE will no longer penetrate the others unless it's KV2. Yes, you will still be able to get them. They become collector's vehicles. Hesh, no, Hesh hasn't changed. Well, it becomes more normalized. It will no longer penetrate. It will still do external damage. Yes, Sandbox or New Balance server client is completely different to the live one. You keep your account profile, but it's very different. Gonzo, RTAP rounds don't behave the way you think they do. This is something the player base has asked for on and off for a long period of time about why don't you balance this out? Why don't you stop one hit points changes? Why don't you remove the premium spam in lower tiers? Why don't you make it so the power creep between like tier 3 and tier 5 is not as harsh as it once was? This is something the chat has asked for on and off in different ways for a long time. So, yep, AP rounds still sting. HE rounds will still do damage on the outside, and you can see there. That's because, Mr. Fall, you're asking a question I've answered twice since you've been in chat. I'm not going to do it a third. I can. I need to look at the Conway. That was asked. Da, 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 da. I'm assuming that was your troll gun on that one you were talking about. If they do put them in the lower tiers, it's still not going to have the effect it does because, again, lower tiers can now make the same mistakes and not be punished as harshly. So people were asking about the Cavalier. Okay, it's not letting me actually buy it, weirdly enough. So it does look like a baby Cromwell. I'm not too keen on that turret look. And what gun do we want to take? It's looking like the 75mm. Can you play a low caliber gun HE only, M4A A3? Lower tiers have a, as you will see, have a pretty harsh queue time at the minute. Tier 6 to 7 tanks removed that have been researched but not purchased. What situation? Those go into the collector's category and you will still be able to get them in various other ways. Thank you, Rassibadi. What do you mean by that one, Esadullah? I'm not sure why you would need compensation. Panzer 2J, I would need to have a look. I will try and remember to look at the KV-1S, yes. Yes, everyone can get removed tanks. I'm not sure about the tier 6 or 10 how, but before it, even new players, once you get to tier 6 in the line, you will get those tanks that were moved in a special reward category. That's the thing. At higher tiers, they don't get easier access because they still got to go. It's just that they will get to tier 5 quicker. And honestly, you can still get to tier 5 already relatively quickly. It's just you're not being punished or forced into playing 6 or 7 different tanks at the same time just to get to like a medium or a tank destroyer or a heavy in that nation. Now you can just focus on it. I think I took the turret upgrade. Let me check after this. I could be wrong. It feels very slow. It's very, very slow. How dare you remove the Hetzer? The Hetzer hasn't been removed, it's been moved to collect his tanks. Hetzers are still gonna Hetz. Ow. It's quite weird to not be scared of a KV2 anymore at the minute, although I should be. This guy's bullying me hard this game, and I'm not sure why. Let's have a look at the turret. If only lower tiers that will go to collect the correct higher tiers. No, higher tiers will also go there. E1. So again, the Shadow Can, check it out because the E100 has been also altered with higher hit points and the shell changes as well. Honestly, Rasibadi, some of the tanks that were taken out don't give you practice for those tech 3 lines. A Hetzer does not give you practice in the tanks that you play after it. There are a lot of tanks that were removed that do not represent the tanks that came after them. No, I put the upgraded turret on. Because this is the Sandbox server and I'm not going to spend forever doing all the settings again. Somebody asked for the KV-1S. I remembered. It had the same gun, but it did not play the same. At all. KV-1S, where are you? So here's the howitzer. No pen. Damage. And you kind of go with how it should have been, which is the 150. The 85mm now. And there you go. 30v30 battles will be reactivated once the team clash is finally done and dusted. If Furnace, please check out the tech tree news on the article. The KV2 does apply in the line it's in. Because the gold ammo isn't in testing. The gold ammo was in testing, then it was the hit points that were in testing, then it was the HE that was in testing, then it was in something else that was in testing. Now it's in testing with everything put together. Here's the howitzer gun. Again, I'm not going to go through every single tank in the tech tree. Download the test client, try it and look it out yourself. Okay, so the 430U. Well, as you remember, one of the things that happened with the 430U is that it was going to get tweaked and balanced, but the aim and the goals for it weren't done. And one of the reasons being is because there's hit points and shell rebalance. So here we are with two 450 hit points, and the shells look like this. We'll take it out for a spin so you can see for yourself. Astromel, as you can see, big announcement, Sandbox update. It's the big change for New Balance where all the game gets changed. Armor changes, no. Hit points and shell changes, yes. Once you kind of get the feel of what's like, once you start balancing hit points, you start balancing the ammo and everything else, then you can start tweaking a tank once the basis and how it compares to other vehicles at the tier. Artillery is not more annoying before, as was mentioned earlier. Normal HE can still stun. It still does splash and HE damage, but if you want to do more damage with special rounds, you no longer do stun with those rounds. Lethal. Special commanders start being given out tomorrow. The test server does have change for the full updates. Go to the worldoftanks.eu portal article and check out the test server announcement yourself. The Type 5 does get itself some armor changes. Don't worry about asking. It does get some hit point changes. If you're new, if you're just joining, I can understand it and it's fine. If I recognize your name in the chat and I've already answered something in the time you're asking, that's when I mind. Type 5 doesn't get any armor. It does get a change to its hit points, and it does get a change to its HE gun. I haven't checked the 430U against other mediums, and if you want to do that, please feel free to download the test server. I could compare it now, but then I'm going to make everybody go to sleep. Everybody wants to see how it plays in the normal client. They don't want to see me going through the tech tree doing a comparison tool, which you can do yourself by downloading the test server, trying it out, giving us your feedback, and letting us know how you feel about it. Rude. Uh... 62A isn't a rip, it's just going into collector's version. Because the higher tiers also were very clustered as well. Yes, you can still get the T62A if it's removed after the changes and you still haven't got it. I haven't been able we don't have specific details, or I don't have specific details yet on how you will get them, but you will still be able to get them. This is pretty bad. Kinda need these guys to move. I am lagging a little bit. Well, the thing is, your T62A crew can now be put into something else. I think some of these changes are good and were needed, yes. I mean, you're entitled to your own feedback and your own opinion there, mine, Sonic, but there are many, many things that other people will want to see. I believe as long as you've got it researched, it's okay. But again, it's very early days. It could change. My voice is starting to die, so I might actually disappear for a little bit after this game, and cough my lungs out in the bathroom. So I'm probably going to hit the be right back screen and quickly go to the bathroom and then come back. Okay, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, unless Juan wants to sit in the seat of power and play the game and answer all these questions. He's vigorously shaking his head like, please no, please no, please no. So I'm just going to be right back. I need to kind of like go to the bathroom and cough properly there. I'll be back shortly. Uh, okay, I'm back. Hopefully I don't try and cough as much anymore. As you can tell though, my voice is actually starting to die now from the coughing. Oh. Okay, so we did this. Sandbox you can find from the client server on there. People have asked me to play the Death Star again, which I will do because it's been a while since I was on there. Let's go here. I'm trying to do it Mecha Prida. Even my patience wanes though with some of the people that were quite rude. Who said you don't need T62 crew anymore? Oh, okay, it wasn't me. So the point of the Hesh ammo is that even though you can still do the external damage, it's because this thing is there now. So the idea is this almost becomes like the Aggie 100 was, except with the turret. You can download it on Mac with a special feature on there, but less than 1% of our players use Mac, so the support is very, very minor. I wouldn't say the 183 is useless now. It's just that it's not as one-shot mechanic-y as it was before, which was frustrating and very RNG dependent at higher tiers. Thank you, laughing. I'm working on it. My main aim was to keep my voice for this stream today, and then after that it's wrecked and I'm good. I've done my video, I've done everything else, so it's fine. Okay. I don't know if any of the reload timers have been changed. I don't remember seeing any on there. The main was the shell changes and the hit points changes. 62A isn't being withdrawn, it's moving into the collector's vehicle category. Okay, that's a little frustrating, buddy. I kind of need you to commit or get out the way. And that's why you don't just sit in the open. Yep, I know a lot of people spent it, but now is the time to play it then, because these changes, again, now's the time to hit your feedback. Like the KV2, the feedback was that many people said, no, don't nerf my KV2, and so an exception was made for it. I'm sure if enough people in the community think that it's on there, something could be done. But again, guys, you can't just have something that much of a toxic one. The KV2 does one shot, but nowhere near as much as this thing did. As I was saying earlier, yet last night I one-shot 3 tanks in tier 10, and they made little to no mistakes for that to happen. So the AP shells on the 183 now are fairly chunky. The Hesh rounds will no longer penetrate, but they will still do decent damage. Wargaming removed friendly fire because friendly fire encouraged people and stopped people focusing on what they should be doing, which was damaging the enemy, not damaging teammates, which was damaging the enemy, and started doing things like focusing on trying to damage teammates, which is pretty much counterproductive. And there's the AP round for the 261. Loving that feeling. And there was 1439 damage with an AP round. So as you can see, AP rounds, rude Artie, will now start taking over the role of predominancy of the Hesh rounds. Darius Pankus, that is down to that person. We can't force people into playing into the game, but we can make it less punishing for new players. Pretty certain I'm about to rip. So, as you can see, you still do hefty damage. It's just that, yeah. That's the reason I can't answer that our team is because it's not fully decided yet on there. But yeah, I've got it on my garage because I already own it. I don't know if you still need to buy it, but you will still be able to get it after the changes. It's just not very clear yet on how. Well, you don't do 100,000 plus, but now at least you won't roll for 2k. Frontline will return soon. I don't own the headset, and so I can't get it on this one. And because I can't get to the collector's version of the tech tree yet, I can't find it. You will have credits and gold on the Sandbox if you have your account synced on there. No, that's not that much of a problem. Like, yes, it's a problem, but the problem is that somebody getting pushed out and then suddenly stops doing what they should do, getting themselves banned and spending their ammo shooting a teammate when they should just ignore them or report them and move on. But that's your own opinion. I'm not going to change it. Feel free to listen or not. Uh, no, RT will not be changed to 1 per team. Yes, I can play the OI next. I think if I own it. If I don't, I might be able to buy it. Yes, thank you, Kamikaze. Crew changes will be coming later down the year, and those will also do some things as well, which I can't share yet, but there will be some changes. So this is where you can still go with the 15 centimeter howitzer. But this thing will the HE will no longer be the way forward. I'm assuming you want me to use the 150 mil gun. Um, if you are you on the Sandbox server or the Common Test server? Captain Cadaver. That wasn't you at Captain Cadaver. Sorry. Um, it was at somebody else. For you, that's where I was saying the problem was about the damage. Somebody else was talking about the nerfs and something with not listening and generally just complaining. Well, the M41 was never intended to be HE only. It still does a good job without it. The KV2, on the other hand, would be very, very different. Hello, Edu. My voice is on the way out, but I'm good, thank you. Eddie1 on YouTube. Have you made sure you downloaded the Sandbox server? Lola Crow, but did you stun them with the big damage? Thank you, Black Horde. I'm looking forward to it. Those will be some interesting changes. Weezoo, that's your own opinion. You can either give feedback and try, or you can not and see how it goes. The T62A won't be removed. It will be put into the collector's category, Edu. It fills a role very similar to the Object 140, so yeah. Della Books on YouTube. Never mind. If you go into the Sandbox server, you'll see the changes already. Darius, well, it's always the developers who decide how the game's balanced. I'm confused why you would think it anywhere else. Yes, you can test them right now on the Sandbox server. You can't access the rental tanks from Team Clash. They will be locked because they were rentals. They will be locked and removed soon, and then you'll get the crews and equipment returned to you or sent into your garage. That's a hefty reload time. No worries, Delabooks. Dilute Fawn. I don't think you realize how this goes. So I don't know if there's any plans to replace the tank specifically, but you can see the tech tree changes for yourself. You don't lose them, no. They just... You will have to retrain them. They will go to your barracks, but you will keep them. To get credits on Sandbox, just play the game. The Sandbox is linked to your live server. It will end up like the AMX 30B. If you want a link to the download Mac version, go to the download page and see for yourself. How do you mean that one? Sorry, Maximus. So that's the thing, Lola Crow. They will not penetrate, you didn't damage any internal modules, and you didn't stun them. You can't just make a class completely useless. It's not how it works. No, what? Sorry, the camo? Yes, the camo should also go back to your garage. So there's the big chunky AP round. Commander from Team Clash will start coming out tomorrow. Derp guns have good H. So the HE's been normalized and doesn't penetrate anymore. In fairness, I haven't checked because I don't have it on my personal account. Okay, let me just fix this troll on YouTube as well. Boop. The Sandbox page gives an error 404. It might be because a lot of people are probably trying to download it right now. But yeah, it should be on the way. Special tanks should go into a special category. Right now you can't access them through the tech tree, but you still have them in your garage, as I've checked with that. The M4190 shouldn't have been bought for HE. The EBR75 definitely didn't get bought for HE. Hello, Matium. The KV2 shouldn't actually get changed that much except for a damage reduction. Premium ammo is getting less damage, but it also has more pen. A lot of people complain that essentially special rounds were just straight up better and required no tactical awareness or situational considerations. Now that's there. How often have you hit somebody for 800 damage, Lolacrow? Paulo Safram tomorrow. It starts. I'm trying, Fatty Boom Balodi. I'm trying. Trying to be patient while my voice is like, oh. The Type 5 gun I've already showed. It's actually okay, but most people tend to use the AP gun now. The KV2, because the feedback for the everybody was, please don't nerf my KV2. What are you doing to the KV2? I don't have the Object 279 in my personal account. Sorry, that sounded gross. If it helps, it felt gross. Oh. If you play the 279 in 7v7 mode, you will know that it's got spanked quite heavily. Yes, the Mad Dragon, yes. You should be able to, Hanirum, yes. Thank you, Cantona. Well, Sentimania, you've got to remember the 279 is also affected by these. Well, because of the hit point increase at lower tiers, and because the normalization of HE, as you can see here, you are less likely to just one slap all the lower newbies. The economy change, there will be economy changes based on, because the more hit points there are and the lower the damage on some of the shells, but because the more damage you do with hit points, you'll earn more credit. So the economy is going to be tweaked a little bit, and that hopefully people don't lose out, but at the same time earn at the same level, maybe a little bit higher than currently. But we're still working on tweaking it. That's good to hear, Castle. Oh, sorry. Let me allow that. Sorry, Daniel. It was mostly doing it because it hit the troll filter. Blue Port Wolf. Actually, that's a good point. I don't think it's been considered, but please hit it in your feedback and we'll go from there. I haven't got the Panzer IV H. I don't think, and I haven't tried it, so yeah. So the Leopard 1 now has more hit points and it has much chunkier rounds. Yes, now everybody needs to learn new shells and alphas. Yeah, the Leopard has had some Leo 1s. The Leo 1 has really nasty AP rounds. As was mentioned everywhere else, the vehicles that are removed from the tech tree, they're not removed, they are moved to a collection area. They're still there, they will become special reward vehicles, the ones that act like premium vehicles only without credit multiplier. The thing is, Juckle, I have essentially I've managed to get laryngitis again, unfortunately. My voice hasn't been right since Christmas, and then recently, yeah, it's suffering right now a little bit. I'm working on it, but thank you. It's why I'm trying to be more conservative with my answers, but some people are not very understanding. Is this going to be go through? Well, unless the feedback is extremely negative, like it was with Rubicon, this will go through, which is why your feedback is important. I don't think that's it, Kamikaze. It turns out some of the medication I'm taking has a 40% increased chance of basically oh, hello. Basically of having laryngitis and throat infections. Oh, no bully. No bully. No bully. I said no bully. Okay, he bullied. So the changes going through or not? Oh, there we go. I've got a voice. So the changes going through or not will depend greatly on how the feedback is, how positive or how negative it is. That's why we want people to download the Sandbox server, give it a go, give us your feedback. There's no ETA because everything can change and tweak. We'll try this one again, less with HE. I'm just curious, Santamania, have you played the 279? Do you have it and have you played it? Blythorn, as long as you've actually downloaded the test server and tried it, that's okay. Yes, you did, or yes, you have. Maher. Yes, there are a few people that dislike the HE changes. There are also people that like the HE changes. And you also need to remember that the forums don't account for the entire playbase. Discord is bigger than the English forums, for instance. And yeah. So don't rely on just one area out of one percentage. Lolacro, that depends on what you're firing and how you do it. Hello, Deadshot. Honestly, I'm Magnifico. The AP rounds, once the crew changes and equipment changes start being introduced and other changes coming through, the AP rounds will add more situational and they're more reliable. So there are some things that are going to come in that will kind of help with AP, and yeah, AP will have a role. So the KV2 can still pen with HE. Uh, thank you, Mr. Teammate. Thank you so much. Yeah, but the thing is that you're using hyperbole to explain the situation. For instance, the 279 can be penned frontally pretty easily, but at the same time you're commenting on how the 279 is too strong frontally, but you're not using the test server statistics for penetration, and B, you will also know that the 279 frontally has some interesting weak spots, and C, you hit the 279 on the side and it gets ammo racked. Well, imagine what happens now with the higher alpha pet shells on things like the Leo 1. There's a lot more to consider than just herpaderp, current armor values and current shell values. That was rude. KV2 and the KV2R will stay the same. AP round from the S51 there, straight through the side of the turret. That felt awesome. I need to get used to those velocity rounds. Exactly, Santamini. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why testing is vitally important. It's why downloading the test server and actually giving it a go and trying it out is important. I don't have the 279, so I can't give you that. But that's why I'm saying, we need people to download the test server, give it a go, give us your feedback, let us know how these values act, behave, and how they've changed. Those will keep their HE shells, but HE will no longer penetrate. Universe in my hand. I actually don't know. I wasn't aware that the collector version wouldn't be in this version of the client, so yeah, we're working on it. Yes. The Sandbox server, the new balance server, is very different to the live server. What you do on here does not transfer. Sweet. I think I have the Swedish med. Oh. So, sorry. Here's the chunky shells. You're welcome, Gregor. Blue Power Wolf, forums or Discord will do. I'm working on opening up some of them Discord, but yeah. KV2R and the KV2 will keep the HE pen, but the HE shells will change. Working on it, Radmu. Working on it. Also needs to have auto reloader, right? So the collector's vehicles, the ones from tier 6 and below, will work differently to the ones like at tier 10 that are removed. So the tier 8 and above, or tier 7 above, sorry, will be obtained differently. Okay, so here we are with this, and somebody was asking about the Leo 1 that I showed earlier. So here are the chunky round changes, just because I feel like people need to see. Increase on hit points, and chunky round change. It's the 30B, not the 50B. 50B is indeed still here. The Foch 155. Yes, Zagil. Replying to the email will help. Because the only way to get the sandbox does not require everybody to grind it like you used to, would be to have it synced. I'm not sure why they haven't put extra resources on, but again, we'll see. Death Star isn't going to get killed, it just means you're going to switch to AP rather than just Hesh. AP has less pen than the special rounds, but it has more damage. Or 80 damage. So no more Hesh, no more HE 155. Matium, load AP, problem solved. Chieftain Mark 6, I haven't seen anywhere about it coming. But heavily armored tanks aren't just getting a flat buff. Lightly armored targets also get hit points. I'm confused what you're trying to get at. Sorry. It'd have been awesome if it hit. Okay. Okay. Relax. HE and an AP. That felt glorious. There it is. That was a good game. You didn't get penned. If you I will show you the Hesh. Hesh. Damage. No pen values. 0 penetration. There is no penetration value on Hesh. Can I change password only on new server? Sorry, what? I'm confused what you're asking for. Mr. Tav. No worries. Yes, that was probably splash or external damage. EBR wheels aren't too strong. It's just that you're probably hitting them with nothing behind it. HE and Hesh will work the exact same way with spaced armor. I'm confused what you're asking for. We didn't say anything changed with spaced armor. Thank you, Shetlanderson. Although I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in chat like, yeah, I'm going to put him in the KV5 radio operator spot. Universe in my hand, it's the same account. Hello, Wing Chun. My voice is going out, believe it or not. It's okay right now. I haven't needed to cough, but it should be okay. Well, as you can see, Hesh damage, HE damage. Hesh damage, HE damage. That's what the point is. Yeah, so here's the Death Star AP round damage. The Sherman Jumbo will keep the 105. Because there's more to it than just nerfing one particular round or not. Like making it so people don't have a huge gulf in power levels as you go up tiers or not. It depends, Mog, MCA. What you mean by that? HE and Hesh do not penetrate. Thank you, I'm working on it. Sub counter? Do you mean for YouTube? Yeah, I'm at work today. I'm in the office right now doing this. Oh yeah, I do, Wing Chun. I mean, it's better now than it was before I went to the bathroom and just coughed a lot. No, because the KV2 HE rounds will still penetrate, but their damage is different. Okay, good buddy. Oh, he's going the other way. Ah, I've never ammo racked an EBR before. That's a new one. Actually, where did his turret go? Is that a world record for turret, like distance travelled on turret? That's a pretty long way. I think that guy's gonna feel that ammo rack in his next game. Yes, we are aware of the T-57 turret bug. We're hoping that the technology will help us get into the moon base with cheaper kind of resources. We don't need to use rockets to get into space anymore. We just need T-57 heavies. We bounced. I'll take it. Well, because you can't balance everything all at once without completely breaking your game. Team Clash commanders start going out tomorrow. I've shared this plenty times. Is there a way to unlock... not that I know of, sorry. I'm waiting for more artist banking. Kinda wish I'd load AP. Should probably just load AP now. Yeah, I'm gonna load AP and risk it. So as you can see, Hesh will not one-shot things anymore, but you will still do plenty of damage. Ow. There was the AP round from the FE 4005. Ow. Okay. Right, somebody's getting... Okay, nobody's getting one shot. Track. Okay, that's awful. I can't do that with my voice in the current state it's in. In cost of credits versus their current collector tanks shouldn't cost credits. I don't believe they should go into the special area. I don't know because you can't get into that part yet. It's not fully decided yet. I still have it. Balint, it depends. Did you... Well, how do you know you won, first? Second, if you gave us the right email, you should have it already. Oh, EBRHE, okay. If you have enough feedback on the FVHE, then sure. But there are lots of people who already think the FVs are tanks that needed changing because of their one-shot mechanic. Kyle Hines, because everybody's been asking for changes for a long period of time. I have no orange juice in the office, unfortunately. So, EBRHE, completely different. It can one-shot tier 8s, but at the very least it doesn't one-shot tier 10s, which is what 183s currently do. It's not an argument, it's a matter of fact. And Flippy Boo returns. It's weird to get 1,000, like over 1k spotting on a tank and it's still to be over half hit points like that. So I'm going to try and concentrate before I kind of like explode in a ball of doom and glory. I might actually try and go for the arty just to see and test the HE damage on something soft and squidgy. As long as this guy doesn't try and bully me first, though. It looks like he's going to try and bully. So there's a bounce. So damage, no pen again, as you can see. With no pen, the damage is not great. Oh. Where'd that house come from? Test server's been up for just under 3 hours now. See, that feels much more kind of like rewarding. Downside is that pattern's gonna farm me. Okay, this guy's gonna farm me too, but I don't know. That damage feels more satisfying on the AP rounds. Okay, never mind. So okay, we've got a couple more time to answer some more questions. We'll be finishing on 7 o'clock. What do we want to see next? Play the M4 with Derp. So let's try. Do I have the M4 still? And we got the Derp. So here you can see the differences. That's an interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Looks like the Sherman may end up going with the 76, so not sure about this one, guys. The tech trees look, you say they look tragic, but they look a lot easier for new players to go through. We didn't say the winners on stream. I know we didn't because I was on the stream when we did that. So yeah. I said we would check people's email addresses and accounts to check they gave us the right in-game name and email address. There were 2 people who gave us the wrong one, which meant we had to re-roll them. It's on the test server. That's why it's called New Balance server, not normal live. So the Death Star still has its own different style, yeah. Greggy, go to the download page, see for yourself. Oh. Then you need to ask skill. This is not a skill stream. I didn't run the giveaway. I have no idea what the giveaway was. No, because HE still has HE will still do the damage. You will still do external damage, which is exactly what HE did before. You never penned a hull down tank with HE. You just did splash damage, which is no different at all. I don't have the chieftain, so I can't play it. Well, I mean, the Fosh 155 was never really intended to go with a HE spamming king. Okay, coming through. Pretty much all-star. The idea is that as you will know, the current meta with just HE spam mitigates a lot of armor knowledge and trying to angle your armor, etc. And so with the HE changes, it's intended to remove that penalty that is easily overcome. It's the same with the special round changes. I won't die on stream. We're going to be closing it off in 9 minutes, so we should be okay. The collector section on the tech tree isn't on the client right now. I'm not sure why. I'm on stream when I found out. I'll be able to get an answer afterwards. This guy's being rude. I feel this might take a while. I don't know what gives me that idea, but it looks like the 105 Sherman is may need to have a petition signed for Derpman. Captain Cadaver, the big announcement is this thing. The big Sandbox changes, and it's why people need to sign up, give feedback, because the feedback is going to help dictate on how things go moving forward. Yes, a lot of tanks, especially low tiers, have had a nice chunky buff to their hit points. So I won't pen this, but we will do that at least. So HE is pretty much non-effective right now. Heat round, likewise. I'm gonna get bullied by a scout. I'm gonna get so bullied by this scout. It's gonna be embarrassing. Duck, dodge, dive, dip, weave, dodge, and something else. We hit him. Yeah. I didn't get spanked by the scout. Paid actor. Paid actors. Yeah, I can show the T54E1 after that one. Okay, Twitch chat seems to have calmed down a lot now, so let's just un-slow mode this. Hopefully that helps. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge, and weave. Failing that, do a barrel roll. Yeah, you know, little buddy. You know. T54E1. I can't afford to buy it right now, sorry. If you want to know how the tank has changed, please go and download the test server and see it from there. Yeah, I totally got bullied. I can't believe I got away with that a little bit. Well, Weak Zuck, if you're sharing your opinion on something you haven't tested, how can you really say it's proper feedback. It's not valid feedback. Like I was saying earlier, it's like the kids that say, I don't like Brussels sprouts. Have you tried them? No, because I don't like them. It doesn't work that way. What was I going to do? So I can't play the T54E1, unfortunately. Okay, it's T57 heavy. That I can play. Which has now got a nice juicy hit point buff. And the AP rounds look pretty promising. Rillian, I have showed the ammo changes quite a lot right now. Hello, Sally. I love. How are you? It's not a secret or surprise. You can see for yourself. Publishing the list is going to make it a very, 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 very long list. Pork chops and mash. Mashed potatoes is not something you get in France anymore. Aye, Magnifico. All tanks got a hit point buff. And their shells were changed. Chicken soup sounds awesome right now. Good luck, Mr. Tav. I hope you have a wonderful meal. Standard. Been hit or miss. Some people love it. Some people are meh. Some people haven't tried it. Some people hate it without even looking at it. Yeah, pretty much. Some people. It takes a lot of effort not just to ban them. So you can see the artillery hitting those rounds, but not doing too much. Hello, Red Reloaded. I remember you. How are you doing? Right, I'm going to do something which I know I'm going to regret, but I'm going to do it anyway. Welcome to the Sandbox server. Hesh rounds you will see for yourself in the patch notes. They appear to be behind us. This is good to know. Oh, why am I being shot in the butt? Oh, it was a CGC. Never mind. Okay. Even though I'm doing tremendous amounts of damage, it's not actually that much because of the way the hit points changes affect it. Okay, I kind of need you to turn a little bit for me, buddy. Okay, that's fine. I'll take the tracking instead then. I don't understand what the point is, P-Fanner. That's the thing. You're asking about tier 8 to tier 10. Well, tier 8 has a hit points increase. Premium ammo has less damage. You're asking a question that does not apply to the test server. Not even a little bit. The RNG on the damage shouldn't have changed. But that's the thing, P-Fanner. You do, and the premium ammo, the special ammo does less damage than before. So that's the whole point. Like, that's what I mean. The thing you're talking about is exactly solved. You're asking a question that does not apply. Do I have time? Let's try. I feel like I've been lied to, chat. Space program cancelled. Oh, there we go. I want to know, can I launch that turret? Can you launch the turret at an enemy doing this? I would love it if you could do that and launch the turret at an enemy and kill them with it. Okay, so we've got all of this. Right. Wow, Camille, you monster. You ruined it. You ruined my TOG game. How could you? So that wasn't a bad game. Some fairly high damage on there, and as you can see, it's fairly normal for the team. Oh, wow. I mean, to be fair, I did my work carrying that game. But that is it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, big announcement was this is the culmination of all those Sandbox server changes, all those updates we've been talking about with the hit points, the shells, the arty, the tech tree changes, all of those things, all of that coming together. We've released a video, or I released a video talking through those things, which you should definitely go check out. There's a portal article there, the Sandbox there. Please, 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 double please, triple please, quadruple please, please times infinity and no backsies. Please download the test server, try it out before you give feedback, and please give feedback. Feedback is important. Let us know what you think of things. Give us detailed feedback. Don't just say, this is trash, I hate it, rah, 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 ree. Say, oh, I'd prefer it if the Sherman kept the HE on the 105, the Hesh rounds on the 183. All of those things, they are important. This feedback helps us. So, as I am about to clock off, we will find somebody to raid a Reno, and then I will be calling it there, and then I get to rest my voice for forever and ever, and then stop sounding weird. So, it's been a while. We're going to do this wonderful gentleman who is awesome and wonderful again. Great content creator, really chill, really relaxed, awesome guy. I wish you all you could spend some time, give him a follow, say hello, do all those cool things, watch him play for a while. He's really, really good. And yeah, so thank you all very, very much. I might be streaming on Friday. It depends on how this ends up. I may end up having to just rest my voice for a while and see how that goes. Orzanel is great at streaming. He's a great player. He's a great guy. Again, Sandbox, really important. Download it, test it, try it, give us feedback. And yeah, and I'm also going to make sure that I copy the link for everybody in YouTube. But thank all to you in YouTube and to Twitch. I hope you have a wonderful time, and I hope to catch you again soon. I'll let you know with my voice, and I'll hope to be back on soon. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the questions, and apologies for this voice. Adios.